Hello and welcome fellow citizens, bounty hunters and pirates to my second star citizen ship bounty experiment, where I'll be testing if it's possible to take a bounty alive from a ship mission. This will be my second attempt at it, as I came across a few unexpected obstacles on the first try and a potential bug, so I wanted to give it another try and confirm if it's actually possible. And I'll be using a Vanguard Sentinel kitted out with distortion weapons again for this one, so let's get to it. So I'm doing a low risk target for this one just to make it a little bit more simple for myself. That way having less damage potential with distortion weapons against shields isn't gonna be a bit of a stressful situation for me.
Shields under fire.
There I just tried firing off the EMP, but I don't think it actually went off, which does happen sometimes. Either that or the bounty was a bit too far away. The biggest risk of me dying at this point is crashing into asteroids. I'm just trying to fly a little bit more cautiously with coupled on. So just firing off a volley of distortion rounds just to make sure that the bounty target is actually disabled. And I can see the EM signature going down on the upper right side, so just confirming it, and now moving on to the bounty's teammates just to clear them off one by one. And with both of the bounty's teammates taken down, I can go back to the bounty, make sure they're disabled, and then try and actually board them. So just fire off a few rounds just to make sure the ship isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Now the fun thing about doing some of these tests is that you come across some unexpected obstacles. And this time round, I've found that the ship isn't completely stationary, it's drifting slowly through space, which is going to make it very, very difficult for me to actually board. So here I'm trying to slow it down by hitting it with distortion rounds, a few laser rounds just to see if it counters the force of the object moving, just to try and apply a kind of opposite force to push it back. That doesn't seem to be working, so I resort to using my own ship as a obstacle for the ship to push it back. I can see at this point that this is not going to be simple, but I am determined to get this confirmed. So I will stop the ship, or at least slow it down enough so that my character's EVA speed is fast enough to catch up to the ship and potentially board it. So I am going to try my best to slow it down somehow, and I'm hoping that if it slows down enough it might actually just become stationary, which does usually happen with ships. That's why I was a little bit surprised that it wasn't actually stopping that. I think this is as slow as I'm going to be able to get the ship to move. So there's only one thing to do now, and that's to just go for it and hope for the best. So here I go. Okay, so I finally cracked it open. Now to get this bounty alive. At this point I've been punching him for quite a while and he doesn't seem to be going down, so it doesn't seem like it's possible. And this is sped up to 6 times the actual speed. The unarmed punches were making contact, but it just doesn't seem like it's possible to kill them that way, so I resort to using my weapon to strike them instead, but that does seem to kill them. I do try reviving them using the med gun. Even on auto mode it doesn't actually seem to work, so I'm pretty sure it's dead even though it shows a heartbeat. I try using the tried and tested method of using a med pen to revive them, but that doesn't seem to be working. I'm using right click here, nothing's happening. I try moving to different positions, but pretty certain he's actually dead, unfortunately. With that confirmed, there's only one thing left to do, which is to complete the mission and get paid. So in true epic fashion I decide to self-destruct the ship and EVA outside. So here goes. And with that, the mission is actually completed. You can see on the top right of the HUD that the mission no longer shows, so the contract has been completed. So that does seem to confirm that it's not currently possible to take ship bounties in alive, unfortunately. I did do one more test to double check, so I can upload that in a future video if anyone's curious, but thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will be doing more of these bounty hunting experiments in the future. So take care and see you in the verse.